Afternoon. I'm so tired today. I slept really late. I slept at 3 a.m. in the morning. Please don't ask me what I was doing. Just watching random stuff on Netflix and all that. Mm. So we have 17 1 week before we move out of here, and I was just going like reminiscing and thinking about my journey from when I was at uni, being a single mom with a baby. Tyler was 2 years old at the time, and we became homeless, and we had to stay in a hostel for a while. Sometimes when I'm sharing these sort of experiences, because they're very personal, it gets a bit difficult to share. But I know that my reason for sharing is to help people who have been through similar experiences and to give you that hope, and to allow you to keep the faith, and be strong and know that every storm ends, you know? Every season, life has its seasons. Every difficulty happened for a reason. So, yeah, this is why I'm sharing this anyway, because we literally have 1 week left to leave this council flat that we've lived in for a while. And it still doesn't feel real to me. So, when we were homeless, uh, when Tyler was 2 years old, we became homeless. I became a single parent. I was still at uni and I was also working part time. So we had to stay in a hostel for a few months. And I remember speaking to the mom there, one of the moms who, she was pregnant at the time and she had two children. Um, in that hostel, we were in the basement, and I'm kind of diverting, sort of. But I'm just remembering the layout of the room. We were in the basement. It was like a bed sit. So a bed sit is like uh, an accommodation with the room, the kitchen, and the bathroom, everything in one room. So we were at the basement. There was no network, no internet connection. It would never reach me. So I would always have to go to the library, pushing my buggy with my son every day to the library so that I can get internet to study and do coursework. Pushing buggies through the station at Finsbury Park station, running up and down the stairs, trying to get to work on time, rushing to drop Tyler off at nursery and rushing back to the station so I can get to work, leaving work, rushing back, picking him up. I'm just going through and remembering that. Just remembering all that. And in the time, I couldn't see a way out. Like, I didn't really have a plan on how to get out. I knew I wanted to get out, but I didn't know how. Anyway, I remember this lady who lived in the hostel as well. And I think we had been there this was around October, November. I had this discussion with her because I had been praying since we became homeless that we found a place, or we got a place from the council before Christmas. And for me, in that phase of my life, I couldn't afford a privately rented apartment or flat for me and Ty. So the best bet for me was to get a council flat because the rent would be like half half the price on private rented. So that was the best choice for me, the best option. So speaking to this lady, she had two children. I think one of them was like 4 years old, and the other was about 7, and she was pregnant. We sat down on the stairs, and I was talking to her about her journey, and she mentioned, I asked her how long she had been in the hostel, because obviously she had two children and one on the way. So I was just trying to understand and also to gauge so that I could be more realistic to know where I would be as well. And she said she had been there for 5 years or thereabout. If you know the way my heart sunk. I almost lost all hope because I knew in my current situation, I really couldn't afford a privately rented space. No matter how much I saved, no matter how hard I worked, it wouldn't happen before Christmas. So that night, I remember going to my room and I knelt down by the bedside and I prayed. I prayed. And I said to God that I don't know, I can't see a way out. I don't know how. I don't know when. But please get me out of here before Christmas. And then I actually didn't plan to tell you guys this story. I don't know what the plan was when I started recording this. So I'm just going with the flow, and I'm going with my heart because I feel like I'm being led to do this. Yeah, so after that prayer, I cried and everything. And life continued, and I remember going to work, and this lady approached me. I was just standing there, so I was a sales rep, so I was standing there selling handbags, designer handbags, and just standing there anyway. And then in a department store, and then this lady walked up to me. Yes. So she walked up to me and said to me that God gave her a message for me, and she knows that I'm going through what's the word, money issues, life issues in general, and direction of my life. And I was like, how can she know that? You can't just guess, right? But how can she just know that? She said some things that were personal, and I was like, how? And she said that I'm a single mom with a young child, and my heart started to race. And she said to me, don't worry, I see you in a very high place with beautiful views. This was what she said to me. And my eyes welled up with tears because obviously my emotional state wasn't so balanced. It wasn't balanced. But like I was all over the place, struggling with uni, concentrating, working part-time, and then having a child, and then having home issues and money issues. Yeah, and then she held my hand and said, can we pray? She held my hand and we prayed. And then before she left, I said to her, what church are you from? She didn't tell me what church she was from. She said, it's just round the corner. I'm not here to invite you to my church. I'm only here to give you a message. Like, how amazing. Like, I feel like crying right now. Like, there's tears in my throat. But yeah, yeah, that was an amazing experience. So I went home that day, and there was a letter. There was a letter for me. Guys, I had been so the way the system works here in the UK is, if you need housing, if you're on a top priority, you get given an account in that council, and then you bid for a place. And I had been bidding for a one bed flat because the two bed flats, the priority is really high. A lot more people who are in much worse condition than I was would bid for that, and they would have a better chance of getting those. So I felt that I wanted a two bed flat, but the chance wasn't as high, because when I was bidding for two beds, I would be like 100 and something on the list, so I wasn't top of the list. So because of that, I started bidding for a one bed flat because I wanted us out of that place and just to have our own space before Christmas, especially. So I was bidding for a one bed flat. And most times when I bid, I'll be like number 12, 15, 20. So it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. So I remember bidding for this building that I'm in currently. I bid for a one bed flat and it was on the 20th floor or there or something. It was a really high floor that most people wouldn't want to get. So I opened this letter. I opened this letter. What do I see? You've been invited to come and view this flat. This flat I'm in currently. And the picture of the building was on the letter as well. So I remembered bidding for it. But they didn't say how many rooms it was or anything. It just said you've been invited, come on this date and this time to view the place. And I just sat on the bed. And I went through my account just to double check that this is the place I bid for. But I was expecting a one bed on the 20th floor. I was like, wow, finally. And guys, I was number 12. Take note of that number. I was number 12 on the bidding list. So there was no chance. You have to be top 3 to have a high chance, yeah? So when I bid for that one bed flat, I was number 12. Anyway, now I come this flat, come view. Me, Tyler, and then we came to the 12th floor. It was on the 12th floor, guys. Anyway, 9, we entered inside. It was a 2-bed. But guys, I never bid for this flat. I really don't, I couldn't tell you. I really don't understand what happened, how it happened. I don't actually care, you know? And I remember having a view. The man walked around and showed us the whole place. And my heart was like, I was confused. I was so confused. God, the way God works is mysterious. It's just mysterious. So it was now time to sign the papers. We went to the kitchen and this guy had the mind to ask me if I want the property or not. Who would say no? I think there's people who would decline because it's on a high rise, it's on a high floor. So there's people who are, because I'm number 12 on the list. But yeah, I don't get it because I didn't actually bid for it. So I don't know what number I was on the list, to be honest, you guys. I couldn't tell you because I didn't bid for this place. I don't know. Maybe God had like written my name somewhere or like mysteriously bid for it or something with the systems. I really don't know. But I've lived here for over 7 years, almost about 7-8 years, and so nothing happened. So I'm good, right? Now the guy asked me whether I want to sign the paper. Sorry. The guy asked me if I wanted to sign the paper and accept the flat. I was like, give me the pen, I'm signing this thing right now. So that's how I got this place. So that's how I got this place. I couldn't tell you how. And it was like, it wasn't even half. It was a little less than, now it's gone a bit higher over the years, but it was a little less than the property value at the time, than private rented property value at the time. So it was even less than half. I was like, I was so happy. I was so happy. And it happened on the can't remember the date, but we moved in December. We moved in before Christmas, and that's the end of that story of how I got this flat that was so affordable. And I just want to say thank you to God, you know, for like having my back for all those years. He's always had my back. God has always had my back. I don't know why. I don't feel like I deserve it because I'm a sinner. Everybody is a sinner, but like there's certain ways you will feel and you feel like, do I actually deserve this? I'm just in a very thankful state currently. Yesterday too, I said I was praying for so long and just like being thankful and singing and worshiping. I guess that's why I'm kind of led to do this as well, to share my story. And yeah, so we're leaving this place in 1 week. In 1 week. And guess what? Getting this place on the 12th floor, the views are amazing. I'm going to miss this place. The views are so beautiful. Um Also, at Christmas and New Year's Eve, we get to watch the fireworks all the way in the West End. We see the fireworks, and just seeing all the lights and everything every New Year's Eve is something that I will really miss. Mm, yeah, it's been an amazing journey, and I'm just so grateful. And I just wanted to share this story to give you hope and to also tell you to not give up. Keep trying, keep working hard, and also remember your creator. Remember that there is a higher being out there looking out for you and guiding you and helping you. So keep the faith, keep the faith. Yeah, so I'm going to end this there. I hope that you've enjoyed my story, and I hope that it's inspired you in one way or another. Um, and if you'd like to hear more stories, more of these sort of experiences I've had, because this is the main reason why I'm on this channel. Initially, I didn't really know what I wanted to do on YouTube, but like it started to come to me, and I just feel really led to do this. And I really, really hope that I can help someone out there, because when I was going through these experiences, there wasn't, my family have always been there for me, but like there wasn't a lot to relate to. I couldn't see a way out. I didn't know anybody who was in similar or had been in similar situations and got out of it. So I had to like work by myself in faith. So I hope that I can inspire you to keep going. And yeah, and if you'd like to continue supporting me on this channel, please subscribe to this, so that it will inspire me to share more, and it will also make me feel happy to know that I'm helping someone out there, you know. Yeah, so I'm going to end this there and stop yapping away. Thank you so much, thank you so much, everybody, to the 140 something subscribers I have currently. Thank you for subscribing, and yeah, I hope to expand my subscribers more. As always, I wish you peace, love, and everything nice. Bye, guys.